The boarding gate at Atlantic International buzzed with the usual pre-flight chaos. Tired travelers juggling phones, toddlers, and oversized carry-ons. First class was already being called, and the polished attendants were ushering passengers through the jet, bridge with practiced smiles. Among them stood Elijah Cole, a tall, composed black man in his mid-40s. Dressed in a simple tailored navy suit, with a leather briefcase at his side, he blended into the crowd. He didn't wear flashy jewelry, didn't raise his voice, didn't announce himself. Yet everything about the way he carried himself, calm posture, measured steps, spoke of authority. Elijah had booked a first-class ticket weeks in advance. This flight wasn't just routine. Travel, it was supposed to be a quiet return from a successful round of international meetings. As he reached the gate, he offered his boarding pass with a polite smile. The attendant scanned it, frowned, then glanced him up and down. "Sir," she said flatly, "this isn't for first class. Coach is down the other line." Elijah's brow lifted slightly. "I believe you're mistaken. That's a confirmed first-class seat." But before he could continue, a pilot, already half inside the jet bridge, turned back at the commotion. A tall white man with the unmistakable air of unchecked confidence. He looked Elijah up and down, then smirked. "Ma'am, don't waste time arguing," the pilot said. "I know who belongs in first class, he doesn't." The words dropped like lead. Some passengers pretended not to hear. Others shifted uncomfortably. Elijah, though, stood steady, his voice quiet but firm. "My boarding pass says otherwise." The pilot chuckled. "You people always try something. Take your seat in the back or the plane isn't leaving." Gasps rippled through the line. Elijah's jaw tightened, but he didn't raise his voice. Years of leadership had taught him that silence could be more powerful than shouting. He took back his pass, looked once at the pilot, and then simply said, "Very well." He turned and walked calmly down the jet bridge, not toward coach, but toward first class, sliding into his assigned seat. The murmurs around him only grew. The pilot stormed down after him. "Sir, I won't repeat myself. You'll leave first class now, or I'll have security remove you." Passengers stiffened. A confrontation was coming. But Elijah only crossed one leg over the other, placed his briefcase neatly beneath his seat, and looked up at the man with cool, unshaken eyes. "If that's the position you'd like to take," he said softly, "then you've just made the most expensive mistake of your career." The pilot blinked, thrown by the calm certainty in his voice. "Excuse me?" Elijah didn't answer immediately. Instead, he pulled out his phone, typed a single message, and pressed send. Moments later, a vibration ran through the flight crew's radios. The captain's name was called. An urgent request from ground operations. A delay was announced. Confusion spread through the cabin. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to like and subscribe, because what happens next will shock everyone on this plane. Within minutes, 2 uniformed operations managers boarded the aircraft. Their eyes scanned first class before landing squarely on Elijah. They didn't ask who he was. They didn't question his ticket. They knew. "Mr. Cole," one said respectfully, "our apologies for the delay. We've been instructed to hold departure until this situation is addressed." The pilot bristled. "What's the meaning of this? This man is refusing orders." The manager's face didn't shift. "Captain, step outside, now." Whispers surged. Elijah remained seated, calm as ever. The pilot, red-faced and sputtering, was escorted off the plane. 10 long minutes passed. Then, with the entire cabin watching, the operations manager returned. "Ladies and gentlemen," he announced, "thank you for your patience. There has been a staffing change. A new captain will be flying you today." Passengers erupted in chatter. Some clapped. Others stared at Elijah with dawning realization. Elijah finally rose. His voice was steady, even warm, as he addressed the stunned first-class cabin. "For those of you wondering," he said, "my name is Elijah Cole. I'm the chief executive officer of this airline." The silence was thunderous. Eyes widened. Mouths fell open. The man they had watched, dismissed, and insulted, now revealed himself as the highest authority in the entire company. "The pilot you witnessed," he continued calmly, "has been relieved of duty. Effective immediately, his employment is terminated. Discrimination has no seat on my planes. Not in the air, not on the ground." A ripple of applause began, hesitant at first, then swelling into something louder. Flight attendants, who had been frozen moments ago, now straightened with pride. Elijah didn't bask in it. He only inclined his head slightly, then retook his seat. "Now," he said quietly to the attendant nearest him, "please, let's get these passengers where they need to go." The rest of the flight unfolded smoothly, but no one forgot what they had just witnessed. A man denied his rightful place not by lack of status or money, but by prejudice, then reclaiming it not with anger, but with absolute undeniable authority. Later that evening, the story had already gone viral. Headlines blazed. Airline CEO fired his own pilot after racist incident on board. Clips of passengers recounting the confrontation